All right, so this is very funny. The worldwide campaign announcement part 2 video has come out. Are there any comments? Just hit no comments or turn off. A lot of people are not really okay. So we know what the part 2 alerts are, right? Obviously, we got Sword of Hope Trunks. So this is a Super Saiyan Trunks feature. He has a standby where he goes into the specific state where he kills Amasu, which is, you know, it's a cool thing, right? I definitely think I'll take that. And then on top of this, if we take a look here, we could see that what's it called? The other part 2 alerts is Super Saiyan Future Gohan. Now, a lot of people definitely aren't going to be going crazy over Super Saiyan Future Gohan. I think the concept is cool itself, but it's going to be a situation where people were expecting Rose Goku Black as a part 2 alert, and oh whoa, what is this Super Saiyan Future Gohan that no one really thought was going to be a thing, but it is definitely a thing here. Pretty cool. Now we know that the banners do drop on the 14th, right? The banners are dropping on the 14th Pacific time, so that's when we should expect the banners, no sooner than that. So it's going to be a couple of days away still, like about 2 days away before these banners actually come out. Now, let's go ahead and break down these details. I haven't seen what these characters actually do 100% just yet, but let's just take a look at it here. So, this Sword of Hope Trunks says leader skill as super physical. It's time travelers category key 3 and 200% to stats. I do think that is a pretty good leader skill overall for a 200% of time travelers. That's just a very nice and good category overall. Now, super attack effects. This Trunks actually does stack defense. Yes, so on his 18 key, stacks defense, greatly raises attack for the turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Then his 12 key super attack raises attack and defense for the turn, causes colossal damage to an enemy as well. So both of those are good super attack effects, I'd say, but the stacking defense is really strong. This should be, I don't know if it's a 30% stack or a 20% stack. It might be 20%, but we'll see actually in the data download whenever that happens. But he does stack defense here. Now it's passive. I couldn't read this on the stream because this is massive passive. So let's see what this guy is going to be doing. He activates the entrance animation upon entry, once only, so no restriction. Key 3 launches an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super for 4 turns from the start of turn. Okay. Another key 3 and 150% to attack and defense. 100% attack on a super attack. So that's a multiplicative buff there. With each attack he performs, he gets 1 key and then 10% defense, up to 5 key and 50% defense. So he just has to do 5 attacks. Okay, so he has the Tapion ability, the LR Tapion Minosha ability. 10% damage reduction within the same turn with each super attack performed, up to 30%. So if he gets a triple super, he does get to 30% reduction. He gets an additional attack plus 100%, and then launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super as the second or third attacker. So this guy is like a slot 2 unit, I guess. So you could definitely maximize the additionals. And then launches an additional that has a high chance to become a super attack starting from the 5th turn from start of battle. Okay. This Trunk seems good with the 30% reduction, the stacking defense, the multiplicative defense building up here. I think that he'll be able to be strong early on. We don't know his stats just yet, but I could see this guy being relatively strong, even defensively early on, and he'll be a good offensive unit here. So that's interesting, but I'm not gonna say this. I don't think this guy necessarily looks like mega crazy, but we'll see how things go. Now the standby. He standby for 4 turns, during which charge count increases by 1 per attack allies perform. So the standby charge count does increase by that amount there. Can be activated starting for the 5th turn, so it's just a 5th turn condition, nothing more, nothing less, which is obviously a pretty strong condition overall. Very easy to get. His super attack effects once he's actually in the standby condition are the same, and he can attack obviously during this, just like the GT Duo. So he still stacks defense, greatly raises attack, mega colossal, then the 12 key raises attack and defense for the turn. His new passive skill, he gets key 12 and 200% defense, then 150% attack on super. This is pretty nasty offensively. Then he has an additional that has a great chance to become a super attack, and 50% damage reduction for 1 turn on the very first turn. Okay, he guards and then has an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super as the first attacker. So this is obviously also very good. So, you know what is funny? It's like you have the blue Goku and Vegeta. They're slot 1 for the first few turns. And then you move this Trunks in slot 1 and turn 5 with the standby. Is that kind of what they're trying to think about that? Okay. Launches an additional super attack with 5 or more key spheres obtained. And he creates rainbow key spheres. Dude, how many super attacks? So he has his first one, 2 super attacks here, 3 super attacks here, 4, then the hidden potential 5. He can do 5 super attacks. And he'll be very tanky. And he has 50% reduction and guard. That's very good. That is very good. You think his ult super only raises defense for the... No. Stacking defense goes first. It would be greatly raises attack and raises defense if it was 1 turn rough. This is stacking defense here. Okay. 50% attack raise temporarily per charge count. And then super ultimate damage. And then that's the finish effect, the finish skill. He looks very strong to me, especially in Sword of Hope Trunks. This is just turn 5 and you get this guy out. Very incredible unit. I need to see how strong this guy is though. This Super Saiyan Trunks feature. We need to see what this guy is going to be cooking here. I think he'll be good too. 30% reduction could definitely be really strong. But I have to see what his defense levels is going to be, especially early on. And if you don't get the RNG to go your way, he could only potentially get 10% reduction. But, you know, he has the great chance. Then he has the high chance here. And then the hidden potential system. Plus his own, obviously, guaranteed super. So, we'll see how that happens. Now, let's talk about this guy. Who also looks very strong. He has a what-if animation. Where Goku and Piccolo from, like, well, first we have the domain. Where he changes the background here. Right, which is, it looks pretty cool overall, right, having the Future Saga background change. But then if we see here, Goku and Piccolo hop in and they're like, yeah bro, you gotta beat him. That was really cool. I think that was really sick for sure. But let's take a look at what this future Gohan himself is doing right now. Okay, so here's a future Gohan. He is a Future Saga category leader of 200%, which I think it makes sense for him to lead the Future Saga team. Okay. Super STR. A lot of teams here. His super attack effects, 18 keys, the special beam cannon. Yeah, he does a special beam cannon, which is really cool. Massively raises attack, greatly raises defense for the turn, and mega colossal damage. So that's a good super attack effect overall. Greatly raises attack, raises defense for the turn, and colossal damage to enemy on the 12 key. So this is what the 1 turn raise is. This is how 1 turn raise looks, by the way. For someone in chat earlier, I think they were confused. Which are good super attack effects. Now, let's see. This guy, what I saw earlier a little bit, it looked kind of crazy. So, activates entrance animation, and then for 5 turns, he gets key 5 and 40% damage reduction. Which is... that's good. Key 3 on top of that, and then 158% attack and defense. Key 1 up to 5, and 20% attack and defense up to 100% with each attack he does. Then he has another 20% damage reduction baseline. Then another 20% damage reduction, and launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super when keys 18 or more. So if we add us up together, it's 80% damage reduction for the first 5 turns. If you guys... that's really strong. Launches an additional super attack guaranteed when keys 20 or more. Okay, cool. Creates the domain city future rainy. Okay, that's funny. For 5 turns, starting from the 5th turn. Okay. Wait, so this is just guaranteed. You don't do an active skill, this just happens. Okay, so the domain is just in the passive, I guess? Or is it like... yeah, because he has an active. So the domain is just in the passive. Well, the domain is active. Int key spheres change to STR key spheres. And then a guaranteed crit on active or when keys 24. This guy is very disgusting. To be fair, this 20% reduction doesn't activate until you attack. But Uh, what is this? This is busted. This is absolutely insane. And then, wait, no, he has a domain effect too, which looks really crazy. So the active skill, he gets another 5 key and 20% multiplicative defense. Massive lowers attack temporarily, ultimate damage, that's a guaranteed crit. And then can be used when the domain is active. And then his domain ability increases damage received by extreme class enemies and allies by 30%. So it's just the opposite of Zamasu. This is like the best ability in the game right now, and for difficult content almost. Because the fact that increasing that 30% damage to enemies, it's a big increase. And then you have this guy doing all these additionals. You have all your super class allies doing all these attacks. And then every difficult event is extreme class. Like, you guys have to understand how insanely OP this Future Gohan is. I know a lot of people aren't excited for this Future Gohan compared to Goku Black. But this guy is definitely in contention for like top 3 LR at minimum. Just looking at his details, he just looks, if I'm being honest with y'all, he looks kind of just like a better Zamasu, low key, right? To me, this guy looks very, very disgusting. He just looks like a better Zamasu. I don't know what to tell you. Like, he's absolutely crazy. And then this right here, so it's a double legendary summon carnival. I am gonna still assume it's 2 banners. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 banners. Some people are in chat are thinking it's 2 banners, but I think that it is 1 banner. All right, I think it is 2 banners. Some people think it's 1 banner. We'll know for sure. Maybe someone in chat can let me know, but I mean, if this is 1 banner, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure it's 2. There's no way this is 1 banner. This Future Gohan is just, I can't even like explain how good this guy is looking on paper, but we'll see his stats and everything like that later on. These are the 4 EZAs for part 2, the second half part 2. So we have the Zamasu, which could be really good. Rage Trunks could be really good. He has the same name as New LR. Future Gohan, same name as New LR, unfortunately. And then Trunks and Mai. We'll see what these guys are looking like too, but okay. And then yeah, so it is double legendary summon carnival. I'm pretty sure it's 2 banners, yeah. Again, that starts on the 14th. Did the Twitter tweet the stats? No. Future Gohan looks crazy, man. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on YouTube. Catch you next time.